Hi everyone, I'm Ksenia Gershberg from Millennial Mommy, and I am here today to explain when to introduce foods to your little one and how to do it. The big question, the big debate is always, do I do it at 4 months or 5? When is the ideal time to do it? And ideally it is to wait until 6 months. You need to start looking for clues. Certain cues that they'll give you is they're interested at looking at your food when you're eating. They're interested in grabbing things. So it'll just give you a little bit of a heads up. They're ready to start eating solids, and that should be around 6 months. And it's very important to emphasize that feeding your child healthy foods can help nourish their body and give them a great start to grow and develop their taste buds for healthy eating habits later on. And so the reason you want to start at 6 months is that that's when things start to develop in the digestive system. So baby's body will not produce sufficient levels of enzymes to digest starches until around the age of 6 months. The proper enzymes to digest carbohydrates form at 7 months. And things that aid in fat digestion, such as lipase and bile salts, will not form until 6 to 9 months. So it is thought that between the ages of 4 to 6 months, infants have an open gut to allow antibodies to pass from the small intestine to the bloodstream. And if large molecules do pass from solids, then they may cause allergies. So starting off your baby at 4 months will not prevent them from having those allergies. It could actually contribute to it. So it's better to wait until 6 months. Keep in mind that babies and adults' digestive systems are completely different. And I will give you the numbers just so you can imagine how different they are. Because sometimes we're like, oh, baby's still hungry, you need to feed, but that's not true. So just so you know, when baby's just born, a little bit of colostrum fills them up, very little tiny stomachs. So this esophagus in babies is 4.5 inches long versus adults, which have 9.5 inches. The newborn stomach can only hold between 1/4 to a half cup of fluid versus about 14 cups in an adult. So big difference. Small intestines in the infant measures between 100 and 120 inches long, and in the adult from 240 to 315 inches. So those are all big differences. So take that in consideration when starting solids, and just know when you start solids, the bulk of the nutrition will still come from either breast milk or formula up to the age of 12 months. So start with one food at a time and continue the same food for 3 to 4 days. And you always want to, check your baby for any allergies, looking for rashes, a lot of reflux, spitting up, things like that. You want to make sure that they're digesting the foods properly. So you just want to start in the morning with 2 teaspoons on day 1. Then you're going to increase it to 4 teaspoons on day 2 if everything's good, and then increase it to 1 ounce on day 3 and 2.25 ounces on day 4. So you're going to keep increasing the dose every single day for 4 days to make sure that baby is doing okay with the food. After these few days, if there is no reaction, the food is considered safe, so you can offer it at any time during the day, morning, daytime, nighttime. And the reason we introduce food in the morning is to make sure that baby has no rashes and no adverse effects. And sometimes babies have delayed responses, so you want to keep checking right out, like throughout the day when you're giving it to them. So also you want to check bowel patterns, make sure there's no constipation, no diarrhea, and note any extra gassiness, fussiness, any eczema, any rashes. A food journal is great to keep just so you can keep track of which food have some effect on your little one and which don't. If bad rash develops, you want to wait on reintroducing the food until next month. So that's when you can try again. Meat products and dairy products, the less is better. And they generally start at 9 months. You could do like oatmeal around 9 months, no gluten. No gluten, no honey, milk, or eggs within the first year until after a year old. Nut butters start around 6 to 9 months, and there's a scratch test that you can do at home to make sure that your child is not allergic to nut butters before actually giving it to them. So stay tuned, I'll post about that afterwards. And then no shellfish until about 2 years old. So those are the guidelines for introducing solids. And the way you do it is you start off with avocado. Avocado is a great food to start off with, good fat. Then you can move on to squash, sweet potato, banana, apples or applesauce, carrots, green beans, prunes, apricots, asparagus, kale, and mango. After this, you can add different foods like pinto beans, pear, pineapple, watermelon, beets, plum, and keep berries until about 9 months, just to prevent sensitivities and allergies as well. And plums you might have to, or prunes you might have to introduce a little bit earlier if baby does get constipated. That's one of the remedies. And then so always look out for runny nose, dark rings under the eyes, red ears, eczema, rashes, constipation, diarrhea, things like that when you're introducing solids. And do it step by step, make it fun. And you know, there's different types of ways to introduce solids to your baby. Just choose the right one for you and your family. There's purees, there's baby-led weaning. So there's multiple versions of how you can do it. And the only right one is the one that fits you and your family. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that helps. Thank you. Bye.